Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
So how did you sleep? Did you watch yesterday?
Did you watch Pavlina yesterday? She bring a lot of content, and yeah, it was a technical, but honestly, these days we're going to need more education like this because everything is going online. And yeah, even if it sounds boring, because I know I took Facebook education, and believe me, guys, it's really boring with the settings. Like you're making the settings this until become your routine, then you make it very fast and it's easy. And but yes, from the beginning you need to be patient. Tonight is going to be
Vasiliu Christou.
yes.
So Vasiliu Christou is one of the Insight facilitator, has a lot of experience. He has more than 40 years of experience in Insight.
I compare him. I mean, not compare him, but all the time when I think for Vasiliu, I think for Neil Donald Walsh. If you know the guy who write the book Conversation with God, because Vasiliu is extremely wise guy. Don't mess with him. He will kick your ass. I'm not joking. Many people try, nobody succeed. So if you have a questions, you please send to us. We're gonna ask him, and also you can ask the questions during his talk, because some question maybe they can pop up.
Mylab, you wanted to talk about?
Yes, guys, listen. We have. Actually, I want to ask you, how do you feel now when morning community finish? What you gonna do next month? Why I'm asking you this, because every time I go to Insight, and more painful is when I go to Insight 4, which is 30 days. After the seminar finish, I feel like, it's like my mom is leaving me away and nobody can take care of me. It was a bit sad moment for me. And maybe with some of you, this is the way you feel when it's not going to be global morning community every morning. But we are planning to have morning community maybe in August or maybe in September. We're going to talk with the coaches how they are with their program, because they're quite busy. And also we are going to be busy with promoting Insight, because Insight is a very special seminar for all of us. But yes, please let us know how you go. Are you going to be committed? Not are you going to pay? Are you going to be committed? Because to pay 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 euro, then to be committed is completely different story. If you like to make it, buy a ticket, I don't mind. But are you going to be committed with all this? And answer that question. Send us also what do you think, and also what kind of suggestions you can bring in case we get, not in case, when we have the new global morning community. We are open for feedback. We are open to listen. We are open to upgrade. Anyway, we are updating all the time. And that's all, my love.
Yes, so let's move on now this morning with Pat and George. And Pat and George, they will tell us about I Feel Good.
Guys, close your eyes, take the plane, and let's go to Lebanon. Wait, my love, don't move the mouse. I'm moving the mouse. Yes, we're gonna mute them.
Good morning.
Everybody, I feel good. Yeah. So good. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Everybody.
Sorry, I just go back to
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. So we hope you're having a great time and that you're feeling good, because feeling good is very, very, very important. We learned something from Abraham Hicks a couple of years ago, and for me at least, it's one of the most important things I ever learned from Abraham Hicks. It's really a golden nugget. And it's as simple as it's very important to learn how to feel a little bit better every day. And here's how. Esther Hicks goes on to explain that you cannot go from being unhappy to being happy in one time. or from being very poor to very rich, or however you want to put it. It's all about incremental changes. It's like Savriana was saying yesterday, you do it one step at a time. You get better one step at a time. So going back to the example of from unhappy to happy, the way it happens is as follows. You go from being unhappy to a little less unhappy, from a little less unhappy to neutral, from neutral to a little happier, from a little happier to happier, and then you become happy. So it's all a scale. It's a scale or an escalator where you go up.
A ladder.
A ladder, exactly. Where you go up step by step. You cannot jump from one level to the other. You have to pass through all the levels. And the timing is different. So for some people, it might be instantaneous. For some people, it might take more time. But whoever you are, you will always pass by this ladder. This is why feeling a little bit better is very important. And it's key to manifest anything that you want in life. You cannot do it in one go, but you can do it in
step by step.
Yes.
And we talked previously about the importance of feelings that we have behind our goals and behind what we want to achieve. And this is why, like, we're all humans. Sometimes we tend to feel a little bit down, like I'm not getting to where I want, and we want to skyrocket and fast forward to the place where we feel fantastic and good, and that's not always possible. So it's important for you to know the small things that you can take in the moment to feel good, whatever it is. Monica talked about clapping and, woohoo, whatever it is that works for you, bit by bit, brick by brick. And speaking of feelings and feeling good, how about a feeling meeting? Who's done one of those? What's a feeling meeting, honey?
Yes. So last week, one of the part of the exercise for couples was to do a feeling meeting. A feeling meeting is very, very important to have regularly. So ideally, I would say at least once a week, where you sit with your partner and you literally talk about your feelings. How are you feeling? What's going on through your life? The reason, the importance of this meeting is because sometimes life gets in the way, we get overwhelmed, we tend to take our partner for granted, we have not the entitlement mentality, but we tend to think that, okay, I know my partner, I know how they think, I know how they feel. But this is assuming, this is an assumption. And there's this saying that says, and I'm sorry for my French, like assuming means you make an ass of you and me. And this honestly doesn't work. It's very, very important to have the feeling meetings, because by doing that, you are allowing your partner to share their feelings, to feel valued, to feel important, to show them that they matter, that no matter what happens in life, you are there for them and they are there for you. It's a two-way street. It's not one or the other.
And it's also important when you have feelings that are bottled up. Like, let's say there's something specific that bothers you, but you don't speak of it on the spot, but you keep thinking about it. You didn't let it go. It's actually quite easy to be like, hey, there's something I want to talk to you about. Let's have a feeling meeting. And then you say, I've been feeling this, that. And there you have like a 1 hour conversation, because, feelings are indicators of what needs to change in our lives.
Exactly, because we all know that feelings are come from thoughts, and thoughts, you continue thinking, this is how the feelings turn out. There's a very important mentor of mine, if you want. His name is Dr. John Gottman. I've researched a lot about him, read his books and everything. He talks about something very important, that and this, he proved it in his research, 69% of conflicts are not resolved. So just like Pat was saying, sometimes we tend to go through our day, we forget to mention it to our partner or something, and it stays in the back of our mind.
Or we assume that they won't understand, or that it's not important to share it, but we're actually leaving a blockage of energy, in our own body.
Exactly. So it's important to talk about them, because contrary to popular belief, sometimes it's not good to go to sleep while having those emotions. So sometimes you're not able to resolve the conflict. So you have to just have a pause, continue the next day. So this is why those feeling meetings are important. So moving on. Today we would like to give you 12 types of conversations that happy couples have.
Before we move on to that,
Okay.
last week we spoke a little bit about what you can do to attract the right partner when you're single. But today we talked about feeling meetings, which are important once you already are in a relationship. And another thing to keep in mind for a relationship to thrive is to understand that it's always something you need to invest in. It's very common for us to take our partners for granted. You know, خلاص, I have the relationship. Oh, I tend to speak Arabic sometimes. I know that. I have the relationship that I want. All right, so be it. I have the car that I want. Okay. But what about the constant energy to keep the flow in the car? Let's say if you don't take care of the car, it's an inanimate object. But if you don't take care of it and put fuel in it and take it to the mechanics, will it work? No, it won't. Even though you have it, but it still needs maintenance. So do relationships. Relationships need a lot of maintenance. You know, like there's a very big gap between the first date and like a year-long relationship you have with someone, because you're no longer putting in the best self in order to try to impress someone, but we always should do that in a sense. I'm not saying go out of your way, but always re-energize the relationship. How do we re-energize the relationship? We take it back to its seed. How did it start? Why it started? By just talking about why you met and how you met, it re-energizes and reconnects you guys on a spiritual level. And this is what we want. And it's a complete investment.
What you're saying is very beautiful and very true. It's the difference between a couple who has fixed mindsets and growth mindsets. So a fixed mindset couple believes that they first start dating and that's it. So I know my partner, the partner knows me. We don't need to work on our relationship anymore. We're amazing just the way it is, and that's how things start to gradually go down the drain at some point or another. People or couples that have growth mindsets, they know that you constantly need to continue learning over and over and over again. Even if you've already mastered it, you can even always improve yourself, improve your relationship, improve your surrounding, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, like when you first start dating, you do something every single day for that person, right? You send them a nice text, you go out with them, you talk to them to make them feel heard and cared for. As life goes on, it's still important to do those things. Every single day, you gotta do at least one thing for your partner, because relationship is partnership. You know, you're not solo anymore. You're literally building something together. And so to keep it alive, every single day, one thing, whatever it is. Hey, I packed you lunch. Hey, here's a good morning text. Anything, really anything that would make the other person, even though they know that you love them and care for them, we have to re-energize the relationship.
Which leads me, you reminded me of something very important. It's very important. It's an exercise we actually both started. It's about sending to your partner every day 5 points that you love about them. Or
3 times.
3 times a day, ideally, yes. In the morning when you wake up, around noon to remind yourself, and in the evening before going to bed. It's very, very important, especially when you're fighting. Why, honey?
Well, because when we fight, we tend to, look at the negatives and we forget the person that we loved. We forget the person that is behind the argument, that is behind the conflict. And personally, we found that doing those 5 things when we're fighting, stating 5 things we like about each other, or we love about each other, or admire about each other, is not easy, honestly. When you're angry in the middle of a conflict, this is the last thing you'd want to do. But it does wonders, and it instantly calms you down, instantly.
Because you shift your focus from the negative to the positive.
And what is an argument? An argument is on the spot. It's momentary. It's fiery. If you take a minute, 10, 15, whatever works for you to just calm down, read a book, go through a magazine, surf on Instagram, anything, you'll already be calmer.
And once you remember that an argument actually started when you were a child, it all starts in our childhood, because this is how we fought with our parents, or they fought between each other, and we tend to replicate it with our partner later on. So once we're able to actually remember that, we can actually start working on it and healing it. Can we talk about the 12 types?
Yes, go ahead.
Awesome. So there are 12 types of conversations that happy couples have, and those are very, very important. The first one, we already talked about it. It's having a feeling meeting. The second one is about childhood memories.
And you'd be surprised by the things you remember every single time.
Exactly. So do you want to talk about childhood memories, or like how it happens? Like, why is it important?
Why is it important?
So childhood memories tend to bring us back to very deep emotions. So once we actually start talking about this, it re-energizes the relationship because it adds emotion to the relationship. Those are very important.
And you always, always, always dig up something deep. And you always found out a certain seed, a certain limiting belief, a certain trouble that you're going through right now that started and stemmed in the childhood.
Exactly.
Point number 3, time spent together.
Yes, so it's important to talk about how we spend time together and to continuously reassess the time we're spending together. So because as life goes on, we can change. If both partners have growth mindset, they might have different hobbies, develop different hobbies, different lifestyles. Something might happen along the way, and it's important to always keep on discussing how do you want to spend your time. Would you like us to read a book together, or actually no? Maybe you want to watch a video now. How do you want to do it? Sometimes it's counterproductive. Sometimes it is important.
Yeah, and why is it vital to talk about those things? Because life evolves, and so do we. We change. We're not the same person that we were 10 weeks ago, 10 years ago. And sometimes we need time for ourselves. So right now, I need alone time. I need to be more with myself than I am physically with you. Right now, no. I want to be more with you than I am with myself. So
it's point number 4, difficult times. Remembering difficult times will actually strengthen your belief that you can actually love can stand the test of time. So, for example, by talking about a fight you had a week ago or 1 year ago, or something that happened like a major trauma between you or with one of your partners somewhere else, this actually puts lots of emotions and bring you closer. It connects you in a very, very deep level, especially after you have transformed this, because it shows that you've been through hell together and you've made it. So congratulations on that.
Even if something you've done alone, like before you met your partner.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just like Sabriana was mentioning on Wednesday, it's always good to pat yourself on the back. Hey, good job. So just one of those things.
What about jokes?
Jokes!
You love jokes.
Everybody loves jokes.
Jokes puts us in a good mood. It releases oxytocin. It's really nice to be around. So while it's good to be there for the bad times, it's also good to be there for the good times.
Yeah. And I'd like to label them not as jokes, but as entertainment. Like, remember yesterday, even Pavlina was speaking about that. And one of the things we love to do personally is just like goof around. Sometimes if I'm in a better mood than he is, I just goof around, I dance around, I make a complete fool out of myself. But eventually that lifts him up, whether he likes to or not. So having this like giddy, very, very childish atmosphere thing going on, it's always a good thing.
And it works.
Yes, and it's contagious.
Exactly. Because there's something that Dr. Hendricks talks about, which are very, very important. It doesn't matter whether you're fighting or not. If you're in a bad mood or anything, what helps is exaggerate a situation. When you start exaggerating a situation, it bypasses the conscious mind, because the conscious mind is like, I want to be right, I want to know right now. Exactly. So by exaggerating, it automatically bypasses the conscious mind and goes straight to the subconscious. And the subconscious sees a picture, sees a clown, sees a different energy. So automatically it's like, oh, I feel good, I'm great. So I'm going to change my energy, and automatically things change around.
Speaking of feeling good and feeling great, there's one tip I'd like to share on waking up in the morning. Because most of us tend to have alarm clocks, and if it's an iPhone or any other phone, the default ringtone, if you ask me, is the most annoying thing ever. So choosing a song that you like and waking up to it would automatically set your day to be in a better mood, to be on a higher energetic level. Any song that you like, and put the phone far away from you so that you actually don't have to instantly shut the alarm off. Put it away from you so that you wake up listening to the music. By the time you get to the phone, you're already dancing and singing the lyrics. And this is a way to start a day. Off topic, but worth it.
Indeed. Talk about the things I like. What do you like, honey?
You.
So we can talk about me then. So it's important for the couples to actually talk about what they like. Point 7, philosophical discussion. So it's nice to goof around, to be happy and light. It's also nice to have deep discussions, really, really deep. And it can go as far as talking about astrophysics or quantum mechanics or...
do you believe in angels?
Exactly.
Anything.
From spiritual to physical to anything. But it's important to have those discussions.
Mm-hmm.
Dreams and goals. Dreams and goals re-energize you, motivate you, push you forward.
And they help your partner do the same for you. If they don't know what your dreams and goals are, how do you expect them to be a part of it?
And how can they help you achieve it? Because in the end, you're in a partnership. You're in it together.
And sometimes the partner is there to tell you that, you know what, I don't think this is the right goal for you right now because it might steer you off track.
Exactly. So the ninth thing is sharing embarrassing moments.
Not pretty.
Well, it makes us human. It shows our partner that we're not perfect. That while we're perfect in the 99 or in the spiritual realm, on this physical earth, we're not perfect. So by sharing our embarrassing moments, we share with them our journey, how we came to meet each other, our faults, our weaknesses, quote unquote, which are not actually weaknesses, but they're like beautiful vulnerabilities. And it's really, really nice. And it actually also strengthens our relationship.
Yeah. Unfortunately, when it comes to more or less first dates or when you're still trying to get to know somebody, more often than not, we put on a perfect mask, you know, I got everything going on for me and stuff like that. But it's very, very vital. It's something we actually did together to let your guard down from the moment. So you don't want to waste your time with anyone. You want to know from the spot who they are, right? The sooner you know this, the better. Otherwise, it can take months or even years to actually really get to know someone. So really, on your first date, as awkward as it sounds, you want to know what someone's hopes and goals and dreams are. You want to know how they want to lead their life so that you're able to see if you need that. Let's say you don't know, so all those things are brought up first date.
And for those of you who are looking for first dates, if you think that this is too straightforward and that it removes the charm,
it doesn't.
It doesn't. It actually makes it even more interesting, but it all depends on you and your potential partner. If both of you are mature enough, then this is the way to go. If you're just there for the fun, then it's not going to work. Because that's actually the difference. If you want to go in depth, or you want to go wide. If you want to go wide and just discover the person and just have fun, then...
That's a whole different ballgame.
Exactly.
Yes, but relationship speaking, if you want a deep relationship, you got to start with one.
Point number 10, future plans. It's important to talk about your future plans. Let's say, for example, you're an employee and your boss is saying you need to relocate in Zimbabwe or whichever country. You need to talk to your partner that, okay, I've got this promotion. Do you think it's a good idea for us to go there? Do you want me to go alone? Do you want to come with me? What should we do about it? Future plans are important, whether as big as this or as small as...
you want to go shopping this Saturday?
For example. Exactly. Point number 11, day-to-day activities. It's important to talk about what you like to do on a daily basis. Again, it changes along the way. So depending on your priorities, depending on what you're going through, you might prefer to read, you might prefer to do other things. And last point?
Life.
Talk about life. Life in general. Everything you want to talk about life. And don't remove it. Don't put anything aside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when it comes to putting things aside, I was going to mention that we consciously tend to prioritize certain things we want to say, and we eliminate certain other things that are not as important, we think, we'd assume. But as we were mentioning, all of us, in the first week, self-worth, self-love, you matter. And so does everything you think and everything you have to say.
Okay, so we would like to do a small recap, very fast recap for single people, since we didn't include them mainly today. A way of how to actually manifest. And it's very simple. Other coaches have talked about it. We've talked about it. We're just going to recap it in a very fast way. It is very important to start with knowing who you are. It's like the saying, like attracts like. It's not in a physical plane. It's more like, I want someone who's spiritual, so I need to be spiritual. If I'm not spiritual, I need to work on that. I want someone who's into personal development. If I'm not into personal development, then I need to be into personal development. And once I have all this list, then I can move on and actually say, okay, I want my partner to be like this. And so this is where it's important to list exactly the points that you want. And it's not it's not the shallow points that we want. This, we can put them, but it's not about, oh, I want him to have green eyes or black hair or whatever the thing is. Those, we can add them, but it's about the real core things that we want to. It's the things we want to live with.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important to also write down and know how we want our relationship to be. And once we do that, start visualizing, add the feelings. Feelings are the key cornerstone to change everything.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes we actually do attract the partners that we want, but they come in a disguise. Mm-hmm. For example, George mentioned that, let's say someone is into the field of personal development, so they want someone in the field of personal development. They meet someone who is not in that field, so we automatically shun them down. But what if, in fact, that person is there to help you get on that path? That person might have a single aspect in his personality that is exactly what you need in order to overcome your challenges, in order to grow. You know, so it's not always a very literal way of looking at things and at what we want, because we always attract people for a reason. Always, always, always. Nothing is haphazard and nothing is random. So we got to think twice before we go, like, this is not exactly what I wanted on my list, you know?
And who knows, maybe this person actually is into personal development, but they don't know it yet.
Exactly.
And you would be showing them and guiding them, and then you would pick it up together and go move forward.
And sometimes you really need an opposite. You know, if you are an extremist in a certain life area, let's say, for example, you're someone who eats a lot of junk food, all right? And you end up with someone who is very healthy and who counts their calories and who's very detailed about what they put into their body. You can't automatically shut them down or shun them out. What you want to do is understand is that they bring the balance that you need and you bring the balance that they need, because no extreme is good, no extreme. And we tend to overlook those people like, oh, no, you're my opposite. No, it's not gonna work. But hey, what about balance? We need balance.
Exactly. So, yes?
Or food.
Let's start talking about food. Yes.
Okay. We're almost done. Bear with us just a little bit. Before we move on, we'd like to congratulate everybody on coming so far in the 30 days. You're almost done. You have still 2 more days with our wonderful Casimira and Monica, but you know, this is it from us. And congratulations on the commitment, congratulations on the effort, congratulations on investing in your future and in your present. For our landing, we'd like to dock into very physical terminology.
Because we already talked about the mental, the feelings, so now it's time to talk about the physical.
Yes, so I'm just gonna take a few minutes of your time today to mention something very important in my opinion, and that is food. Food. What is food? Food is something that definitely has a physical aspect. We are physical beings. We have a body, we drive a car, we sit on chairs, and we eat physical food.
And we have a relationship with our food. It's
yes,
important.
Exactly. So food has physical attributes. It has physical pleasure, and it has taste, and it has energy. It gives us energy. But beyond that, food has the light of the creator. It has the energy of the universe, of God, of the ultimate infinite being, whatever floats your boat. And in order for us to, and this is actually what we really crave in food, you know, we crave this energy, but we're not aware of it because it's masked in the physical wrapping, you know?
Like the sugar cravings.
Yeah. And the thing about food is that for us to take the spiritual energy that is available in the food, we have to be aware of it. We have to be conscious of it. For example, if I have so much love and care for George, but he doesn't know that there is so much love and care for him, he's not going to take them. He doesn't see me at all. I'm invisible. And what happens here? His gap for love and care does not get filled. He does not get the love and care, which is a bummer. And my love and care does not fulfill its potential. It doesn't achieve its goal. So it remains unfulfilled and it's going to transform. We all know that energy isn't created nor destroyed, it transforms. So this energy that was meant to go to him now is transformed into something else. Probably bitterness, anger, negative feelings. And this hole that George had that was supposed to be filled with my love and care is now filled with something else. Maybe someone else's love and care that he doesn't need. Maybe, I don't know, alcohol, TV series, anything of that sort. So for us to activate and tap into the energy of food, which we know, food helps us build our mental faculties. We've been working for 30 days on our mental faculties and abilities, from visualization, meditation, goal setting, self-love, and the list goes on and on. There are a lot of things that we do in the physical that affects and helps our brain simulate things the way we want it to be. We help our focus. And food is one of those things. So how do I activate the energy in the food? Two things, very simple. We have to be, first and foremost, aware that there's energy for us there. And whatever food lands on your plate is the food that you need, honestly. Like if you go to a restaurant and you order a burger, the burger that you got is meant to be for you. The burger that you got has the energy that you need. But if you're not aware of it, you're not going to get it. You're just going to get the physical aspect of the food, which is fleeting. It doesn't last long. It doesn't really help you. It helps you on the short-term physical aspect. But energetically speaking, it's void because it didn't activate it. So how do you activate the energy that is meant to be yours in the food, that is meant to help you reach your goal? How do you do that?
How do you do that?
Step 1 and step 2, very easy. Before food, you have to communicate with food.
But isn't it mumbo jumbo?
Well, last week, George said he talks to a ghost in the car. So if you talk to nobody in the car, you might as well talk to an apple, honestly. So to activate the energy, you have to say, okay, light, Father, God, anything that you resonate with, thank you for this. I am ready to receive the energy that is meant to be mine. This is how you activate it. You need consciousness. Consciousness doesn't only help us with mental faculties, it helps us with food. So we activate the blessing by being aware of it. It's very important to say this before we eat. We pause, inject the right consciousness, and then we eat. We don't do it while eating, too late for that. So pausing is very important. And then after you eat, you have to say, thank you for the energy that I received. You seal the deal.
Gratitude.
Otherwise, it's only open-ended. So you want to seal the deal. And this exactly, gratitude is very important because gratitude keeps the blessings. As Offer mentioned, as Saviana mentioned, gratitude keeps the flow of blessings. So you have to always be thankful for your partner, be thankful for the business, and don't just stop at getting things. Oh, Khalas, I got them. You know, food. Always be grateful for your food. Because when we ask for what we want, not only does the universe, like the law of attraction we were saying, brings it to us, but also spiritually speaking, the creator puts 4 things, 4 kind of kingdoms in our way so that we get to where we want. The human kingdom, animal kingdom, plant kingdom, and inanimate kingdom. The human kingdom is your relationship with humans. So you have 4 tests, more or less, to help you get to where you want. Your test, your relationship with humans, your relationship with the animal kingdom. It can be the meat that you eat. This is the animal kingdom, and how you elevate it and energize it. It can be animals like pets, plants as well. It's the plants that you eat, and it's the plants at home. When you're taking care of a plant at home, even if it's a plant, you are elevating it, and it is in turn elevating you, because all those 3 kingdoms are there to serve us. And the inanimate kingdom, like a rock, and we actually eat inanimate things. What do we eat? Salt. Salt is inanimate, and so we personally thought it would be a great addition to just round up the whole mental work with a small, simple, but yet very powerful physical concoction.
Very powerful.
Yes.
So that's it for us. We thank you very much for being with us and with all the other coaches. We thank Krasimir and Clementine. We thank the participants, the audience, everyone. We look forward to see you the 28th of August in Cyprus, in Paphos to be specific, to attend, because we're going to be attending Insight 1 seminar. And we really look forward to it, and we hope to see you there.
Not 1 day, not 2 days, 3 days.
With the party at the end.
Yes, and we're going to laugh at you guys, by the way. If you think you're bringing us a hotel, no.
Can I ask you, because
No.
there are some people, okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Cass.
There's someone who asked, can you repeat please 6 to 9? But can I ask you if you can send to me so I can post all the...
Yes,
We will do
of
that,
course.
of course.
Yes.
You want to repeat it now, or should we just send it later?
Please send later. I will tag all the people so they can, even the people which they didn't watch, they can
Beautiful.
get it.
Oh, one last thing. Okay, it's not one last thing. Where is it? Yes.
Activate the child in me. All my sexuality start to move.
So the floor is back to you.
The laptop, the screen.
Right now it's a gratitude. Excuse me, my French. I didn't know the French is so dirty. Gratitude.
So how do you want to do, my love, the gratitude? You like to share with us your gratitude?
Sure. You want to start, or should Barry start?
Let the air start. How about we ask also all the participants if you guys want to share your gratitude with us? Because sometimes when we see what other people are grateful for, we remind ourselves to be grateful for those things as well. Like, oh yeah, I should be grateful for that too. I have that.
Yeah.
So for those of you who want to share, unfortunately we cannot see you on screen, but we'd love to know what you are grateful for in the comments below. That would be fantastic.
Beautiful idea.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
Okay, let's start by taking 3 deep breaths in. Exhale. Another deep breath in. Exhale. With your hand in your heart. 3rd deep breath in. And exhale. I'm grateful for my beautiful partner. I'm grateful for all the love that she constantly shares with me. I'm grateful for my beautiful life. I'm grateful for the sun, the birds singing, the sea, the beautiful weather. I'm grateful for the coronavirus or the love virus, which helped us be together and have this wonderful and amazing community. I'm grateful for Krasimir and Clementine for inviting us to their show, and I'm very grateful for the coaches who added a lot in our lives, and I'm grateful for the participants who shared wholeheartedly their heartaches, their thoughts, and I'm very grateful for my partner.
I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be able to share myself and all that I am with my partner, with all those around us. I'm very thankful, adding to what George said, to the morning community and all that it has brought us. We became a small family within such a short period of time, and it brings joy to my heart. I'm very thankful to know that we're all connected and united, and I'm even more thankful to be able to feel this connection and this unity. I'm thankful for the birds chirping. I'm thankful for my body, and I promise to take care of it a little bit better every single day.
And you're grateful for me. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Me? I'm grateful for... Okay, I'm grateful for my carrot cake in the fridge. I'm grateful for this morning community because I really know when you say it's a family, I know it's a family. I'm grateful for my wife, which is the girl I've been looking for, supporting me all the time and being with me, loving me. I'm grateful for my for my daughter. She gives so much love, but sometimes so much craziness in her head. I'm grateful for all the coaches which they contribute to be here with us, to give from their knowledge, their wisdom. I'm thankful for the people which they're committed to money community, and they're committed themselves to give themselves more than deserve in their life. I'm grateful for the water we have to drink. I'm grateful for that you're gonna make me massage tonight, right now. Yeah.
I'm thankful and grateful that I have enough massage today. I'm thankful and grateful for my husband, for his love, for his caring, for his support. I'm so thankful and grateful for my children, for all the joy, the smile, the love they bring into my life. I'm so thankful and grateful for this morning community, to have the opportunity to grow, to expand, to share ourselves. I'm so thankful and grateful for all of the coaches that come here every morning and volunteer, share their knowledge, their wisdom. I'm so thankful and grateful for myself, for being disciplined to wake up every morning and do my meditation. And I'm so thankful and grateful for all of my clients. I'm so thankful and grateful for this beautiful day and all of the relaxing time and family time I will have. Thank you.
Thank you. So, don't forget tonight, Basilio. If you feel calm, come. If you want someone to kick your ass, come. If you have questions, come. If you have a popcorn and you don't know what to watch, come. We'll be here.
Come.
Yes. It's an order. It's not a request. Okay. Sorry. We love you. And guys, please, let's organize this Saturday or Sunday in Paphos. We will become very good. Don't watch that I'm very fat. I am very flexible also. I will surprise you. Let's go to have a volleyball, to play football, something, whatever it is, just to see each other, just to give a hug, and just to communicate. Sorry, I forgot my French. Communicate.
So thank you all and see you tonight at 8 o'clock.
Wonderful
Thank
day.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Stop stream.